A great team management system ensures that everyone knows what to do, when to do it, and how to get it done, even without you guiding them day to day. Hello, and welcome back to the Blissful Mompreneur Podcast. I'm your host, Christina Hall, and I'm so grateful you're tuning in today. In both 2019 and 2022, I baby-proofed my small business so it could not only run without me, but to thrive without me, allowing me to take 2 precious 4-month maternity leaves with my babies. Those moments were made possible by the team and systems I put in place, and now I'm on a mission to help you create the same freedom in your life. Today, we're diving into one of my favorite topics, the essential systems every mompreneur needs to implement before maternity leave. If you've ever wondered how to step away from your business without everything falling apart, or worse, burning out trying to keep it all afloat, this episode is for you. I'll be sharing the exact systems that not only helped me unplug during maternity leave, but also allowed my business to grow while I was away. So grab your favorite cup of tea, get comfortable, and let's dive in. First up is truly the foundation of a business that runs without you, and that's a rock-solid team management and delegation system. So reminder to all of you control freaks, you cannot do it all, and honestly, you shouldn't. If you think that you're going to be able to keep up with all your work responsibilities while raising a newborn, trust me when I tell you, it's going to lead to stress and burnout. The key to a thriving, self-sustaining business is building a strong, empowered team and giving them the tools and clarity they need to succeed. A great team management system ensures that everyone knows what to do, when to do it, and how to get it done, even without you guiding them day to day. And here's how to make that happen. So you're going to hire and train your team to handle key responsibilities. If you're still wearing all the hats, like still cleaning the toilets, and doing all the invoicing and providing the service you provide or creating the product that you provide, now is the time to start delegating. Identify tasks someone else can handle with the right training. Now, it doesn't have to necessarily be an employee. You could look into hiring a virtual assistant that can help you with administrative tasks. Or maybe you want to look into hiring a contractor like a social media marketing agency for creating content and things like that. Or maybe a bookkeeper for finances. If you already have a team, that's amazing. So you want to identify the people that can help with certain responsibilities and then schedule training sessions and help them step into their new roles. Now, another thing you want to do is make sure you document everything and have standard operating procedures. So the standard operating procedures really are the how-to guide for running your business. You can record your screen and record yourself doing tasks using tools like Loom or Vidyard, and then you can have your team turn those recordings into written guides. Make sure you store them in an easy-to-access platform like Google Drive or Asana so your team can refer to them without having to message you. Also, be sure to leverage team management tools. Platforms like Asana or Trello keep everything organized. Use them to assign tasks, set deadlines and priorities, and track progress. For communication with your team, you could use tools like Slack or Voxer, but I am going to remind you to set boundaries. You definitely don't want your team messaging you 24/7 while you're on leave. Another great thing to do is schedule structured check-ins. Even while you're away, you could do a brief weekly check-in via email or a 15-minute Zoom call with a key team member. This can help keep you in the loop as to what's going on and offer support and assistance without having to step in and start working again. You also want to empower your team to make decisions. One of the hardest things for business owners is letting go. So you can use a tool like a decision matrix to clarify what decisions your team can handle, what needs manager approval, and what if anything, requires your input. Trust your team. They are way more capable than you think. And now here's a pro tip for you. Once you kind of have everything set up, try doing a trial run before your maternity leave. So take a week off and see how your team handles things. And this lets you identify and fix any gaps in your systems before your actual leave. And trust me, that's going to just give you so much confidence knowing that your team is totally set up and ready to go. By setting up a strong team management and delegation system, you'll not only reduce stress during your maternity leave, but you'll also build a business that can thrive long after you return. Okay, now system number 2, a client handover and communication system. So your clients are everything. So naturally, they'll want to know that their needs will still be met while you're on leave. And the key to that is clear communication, proper handover, and setting boundaries. All right, so here's how to do it. Be sure to announce your maternity leave early. Be transparent. Let your clients know in advance when you'll be away and who they could reach out to. Assure them they'll be well taken care of. If someone else is handling client relationships, introduce them before you go on leave. You could do this via email, or if they come in person, maybe you can introduce them in person. Your clients already feel so comfortable with you, so giving them that personal introduction with the new team member is really going to set them up for success and make them feel comfortable. Make sure you have a system for organizing all of your client information. We personally use Asana, but this can be done in Google Docs, or maybe you have a CRM to store client details. But you want to make sure that everything that a team member would need to know about the client is stored in one place so they can easily pull up that information and assist the client with whatever their needs are. And as I've mentioned before, make sure you set clear boundaries. Decide in advance how or if clients can contact you directly while you're on leave. Maybe you'll check emails once a week, or maybe you want everything to go through your team. You decide what works best for you and just set those expectations up front. All right, system number 3, customer service and support system. Now, even if you don't have a designated customer service team, you must have a system for handling inquiries smoothly while you're away. So you can assign a team member or a VA to handle these inquiries. Another great thing to do is pre-write email templates and answers to frequently asked questions. You want to provide either the team member or the VA with all of the information that they need to answer those client requests in both like a clear and concise manner and in a timely manner. And then, as I kind of mentioned before, you just want to establish escalation guidelines. So figure out the types of situations that you want this team member or VA to forward to you. And I really would challenge you to think through and try to figure out how to set things up in a way where the team can handle the majority of the questions and inquiries. So this system is really huge in making sure your clients get the support that they need while you're on leave without you having to step in constantly to put out fires or deal with requests. Okay, and system number 4, you need an automated marketing and content system. So you may be on maternity leave, but your marketing doesn't have to stop. Your business can still grow and you can still have a presence. So here's how you can continue growing while you're away. If you currently create your own content, that's something you could create ahead of time, and then you can pre-schedule it using a tool such as Metricool. Another thing you could do is automate email sequences. So I use ActiveCampaign for Heart and Soul Music Academy and ConvertKit for the Blissful Mompreneur. And in advance of my maternity leaves, we were dealing with our open enrollment for the school year. So I pre-wrote all of those email sequences, scheduled them, and they just happened automatically while I was on leave, and they were bringing in students left and right when I was at home snuggling with my baby. If you have a blog or a podcast, definitely batch those and schedule those ahead of time. If you don't have already, look into setting up paid marketing funnels like Google Ads or Facebook. Such a fantastic way to keep leads coming in. And the sooner you start, the more time you're going to have to refine those systems and make sure they're really optimized and working well. All right. And now our final system, your financial management system. Okay. So your finances still needs to be handled while you're away. For those of you that have been listening to me for a while, you know that I'm a little bit of a nerd when it comes to finances, and I really enjoy working on the financial side of my business. So many of these responsibilities I actually held on to while I was on leave because I was able to do them in a very short amount of time each week. But that doesn't mean you have to do that. You decide what works for you. There's always someone who could handle the financial aspects of the business. But I still did have my admins take care of all of the billing and collecting payments. But we have everyone set up on auto pay. So each month their credit card is automatically charged. So really the job of the admin at that point is to ensure that the credit card went through. And then if there were issues with any credit cards, then they just have to contact the client and get updated credit card information. If you don't want to handle any of the finances while you're on leave, definitely get a trusted team member to monitor cash flow. That way, everyone gets paid on time and all the bills get paid on time and enough money is coming in. Also determine who's going to handle payroll. So I continued to handle payroll while I was on leave, but again, I have a very small team, so it's relatively simple, but the larger the business is, the more complicated that can be. So make sure you have someone that can pay all bills, and any bills that you could set up on automatic billing, that's one less thing for you to worry about. So definitely spend some time looking at your finances, figuring out who's going to handle certain responsibilities. All right, so I know that preparing for maternity leave can feel overwhelming, but it really doesn't have to be. The key is start early, create systems for everything, and, trust your team. If you give them the tools that they need, they will be able to handle these things. I promise you. If you have any questions, head over to Instagram and DM me at the Blissful Mompreneur. And if you're pregnant and planning for maternity leave, don't forget to grab my free 6-step maternity leave planning guide. It covers everything from how much time to take off to creating a financial plan. And you'll find the link to that guide in the show notes. And if you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel, click the notification bell, and leave a comment below letting me know your biggest takeaway. It helps me reach more amazing women just like you. Thank you again for being here, and until next time, keep pursuing your bliss.